Hello, everyone. Welcome to session 7 on the Smart Stage. Joining me for this session is Jose Bort, the CEO and founder of Events Case. Jose, welcome to the session.
Hi, Adam. Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, Jose, today. Really excited for this presentation on, as you've titled it, from attraction to retention, a complete framework on audience engagement. I'll not go into too much detail. I'll hand over to you now. The floor is yours. Look forward to hearing your presentation.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Adam. So good. I don't know what to say. If it's good afternoon or good evening. I'm talking from Spain. So here is quite in the evening right now. Let me see if you can see the presentation now. Yeah. So we are going to talk about from attraction to retention, and let me see if this is working. Because there is the thing is that I have a huge delay, so I don't really see what I'm talking. sorry. Um, okay, let's see. Okay, so what I'm going to speak is about, from attraction to retention on audience engagement in all the different areas. Okay, so before the event, during the event, but then in between sessions, in sessions, and afterwards. So, as Adam said, I'm Jose Bort. I'm the CEO of Events Case. We're an all-in-one event management software. Here you have my email. We can reach each other later on, if you like. So I'm sure that you've seen this before. So the speaker, has lots of slides, lots of text. It's like reading everything, showing charts that you doesn't provide much insights. So no one pays attention, and there is no question, there is no audience, and the presentation just ends and basically is boring. So basically, this keynote could have been just by email, and you could just read what you were interested in. But on the other hand, we see that 49% of marketers say that audience engagement is the biggest contribution factor to have a successful event. But then later on, we see that really during presentations, there is not much audience engagement from the speaker or even from the organizer. So obviously that's not right. So I'm sure that many of you right now, or in many sessions that you're attending, you are checking your text, refreshing your email inbox, looking at news, checking social media, and probably you are doing it right now while I'm speaking and you're attending this session. And one reason as well is because the attention span has really decreased 30% from 2000 to this year, right? From current times. So it has reduced from 12 seconds to 8.25 seconds. And so that means that at the end, really, your event needs to be the best distraction for the audience, or otherwise they will go somewhere else. So I would like all of you, if you can scan this QR code with your phones, and we will see, what's the biggest challenge when trying to engage audience. So we have four options. First of all is getting to know the audience. Second is retaining audience's attention. Third is finding the right platform. And the last one is choosing your right, basically interaction format. So I will give you, 5 seconds, and you can please, I'm going to leave it here just in case, so you can scan the QR code. I hope that someone clicks, so that means that someone is listening. and you are guys not checking your emails. So let's see. Okay, we are going to call it like every one of you are checking your emails. So no much responses. Okay, okay, it's fine. But that's the thing, right? It's like doing training. If when you are delivering training virtually, and if people don't know that they are going to have, they are going to be asked for something at the end of the presentation, people don't just listen or are not participating. So probably at the beginning, I should just told you that I was going to ask you a question, and then you needed to be ready for your phone. So let's carry on. Let's carry on. So the thing is that you don't have to be that person, doing boring presentations. What we want is that you follow some suggestions and to help attendees to pay attention to you, and in this case to your event. So let's talk about 5. Let's call them tips. Okay. One is you should schedule audience participation into every session, and this I mean before the event. For instance, you can invite to your event platform attendees to talk about your content and vote your content and share some content from your sponsors or exhibitors for them to talk about. So it's really important that from the beginning, and there are some events that even they can decide what's the content that is going to be a part of the event, not the whole event, but part of the event. So, encourage them before. Then encourage them during the event, but no, I'm not saying within each session, but really in between the sessions. How? So, for instance, we have in-app push notifications that you can send them. And this, now I know that most of us, we are not using the mobile phones for virtual events, but when hybrid events are there, we are attending hybrid events, the app will come back, and it's important to use push notifications, live chats, and why not, again, create unplanned sessions. So for instance, you can create a breakout room where attendees can go, depending on, if you see the chat, conversations going on, and then from there create an opportunity for attendees to go to that session that they probably was not on the agenda of the event. Use hashtags for the live chat, and even create pop-ups for to make some content relevant to them in between sessions. The idea is that you make it fast. Add some speed into your event to engage those audiences in between sessions. Third tip is during sessions, make engagement as the most provoking tool. And for us, I'm going to share some ideas. One is definitely live chats with Q&A, polls, encourage networking. We don't see much who is attending each session, and for corporate events, commercial events, why not to encourage that, and people can meet each other. And of course, the style, the production style, it's really important that virtual events, we are more like kind of like a TV show rather than like the traditional type of event, and give opportunity to the sponsors. Some things, for instance, use chatbots to onboard attendees at the beginning. You can allow attendees to participate via voice and video, so not only writing. Use virtual photomaton as well, or collaborative boards. There are tools like Miro.com that then your attendees can use and collaborate during the event or during the presentation. Photo galleries, and like collaborative boards, you can use any other tools and integrate them within your presentations. Then don't forget about post event, and when we say post event, can be also post meeting post session. So don't wait to gather all the feedback about your event to the end of the event when people are leaving, because when people are leaving, usually they leave and they don't come back. So when I mean when the event is is finished. So gather all the feedback after every session, every connection that people make, every meeting that people have, and use again like the pop-ups that I was saying. So gather during the whole time feedback, and of course, if you have an on-demand content, then bring back those people, those attendees, and ask them for their feedback. Okay. Last one is go to the basics, and the basics are very clear, and we see on our own platform that at the end, live chats are really powerful. But to use properly live chats, it's important that I don't let alone the speaker talking. You need to have a moderator, someone that is saying what people are writing on the chat, and then share it with the speaker. It's just basic stuff. The same with polls that I tried to do, like 5 minutes ago, and of course Q&A. And some of these, you need to start from the basics, and then from there, to make it more advanced. But really think on this basic for every single session and in between sessions. So just to recap, we have think about engaging them before the event, like for instance voting for some of the content and making some polls. For instance, now LinkedIn is a great tool to do polls before the event. Encourage them during the event, but in between sessions, like with pop-ups and push notifications and polls. Think about during the event, again with like polls, live chats, Q&As, and these collaborative tools like Miro, and integrate other tools that you can just basically screen share and make them participate. Don't forget to gather all the feedback, not only at the end of the event, but also during the event, during each session, during each meeting. And start with the basics, live chats, polling, and Q&A, and work hard with your speakers to make sure they build interactive and engaging presentations. Now, return on engagement is the new return of investment, and more nowadays with virtual and the coming hybrid events. Thank you so much. And my email address is jboard@eventscase.com, or you can go to eventscase.com to contact us for questions.
Jose, fantastic presentation. Lots of tips and tricks there for everybody looking to get people to pay more attention. I've got a couple of questions for you that I'd like to put your way. First and foremost, the actual QR code technology that you use there, how much does something like that cost to use for an event if somebody wanted to incorporate something like that into their event?
Most of these tools are free, really, and depending on the volume, then is when you pay. But our subscription that are really cheap. But this one, for instance, is free for a low volume.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for showing everybody that thing. I think everybody always loves a free tool. I know some people have been a big fan of the internet clicker thing that we've been using throughout the event. My second question to you is, when it comes to engagement, I'm of the opinion that some people might actually engage with virtual events in kind of like a passive way, almost like listening to the radio, right? Do you think the same, or do you think people are kind of sat there watching actively? What's your experience there?
I think the thing is to be, so if we decide to attend a session, it's because we are interested. The thing is what's the ability of the speaker to bring, to take our attention. And that's what I was saying. The attention span has decreased dramatically in the last years, and more with more social media, and we can see Twitter and Twitch, and everything is fast. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why, from the beginning, the speakers need to be more like a TV show. It's like now, you gave me 30 minutes and I used under 15 minutes really for my presentation. Everything needs to be faster.
So we need to be like the TikTok of sessions then,
Yes.
right? Like that's what
Yes.
works really well with that format of
I'm
content.
sure that
It's quick, isn't it?
yes, I'm sure that everyone will love, because at the end, just gave me the message, gave me the insights. I'm more in professional events. Just give me, don't give. It's like a book. When you read a book and at the end you feel like it just was one conclusion, and you think, I got this in the first 20, 30 pages. Why I had to read 150 or 200 pages? So with presentations is the same. People, if I'm coming, is because I have a goal, and provide that at the very beginning, and you catch me, and then from there, we can share.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. We've incorporated a lot more like workshop sessions where people are actively participating, so they're not just watching, and the engagement rate seems to be much better with those, up to anything up to 45 minutes. But to your point, I think one of the most rewarding sessions that I've ever delivered was I was given 7 minutes, and usually I take 7 minutes to introduce myself, never mind deliver a presentation and a session. But what that really did for me as a speaker was really focus my mind on what did I want to get across in those 7 minutes, what was valuable around that topic. And I think, sometimes we give speakers too long and they feel obligated to kind of fill that time with kind of content, maybe waffle, some might call it. And then, like you say, the attention spans of people switch off. It's not engaging. It's not thought provoking. It's just filler. So I think you're absolutely right. My final question to you: out of everything that you went through today, and in your own experience of obviously events case delivering so many virtual and hybrid events for event organizers, if you had to choose just one, what's your top tip for making people pay attention?
I think that is from the very, very beginning in the sessions, engage them. And we are seeing, I use that example of training. So when, we have now, over 70 people all working remotely, even if they are in the same city. And when we are doing training, we tell them that at the end of the session, we are going to ask them questions. So we hold them that they need to pay attention to be able to answer what we ask them. So that's kind of the same, is to put some fun, and but with this type of events is at the very beginning to engage people and provide the right message. Really.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because there is a psychology around observation, and if you think you are being observed, you act differently, right? So to your point about, we're going to ask you questions right at the end, it makes you think, oh, I need to pay attention. I'm going to be put on the spot maybe, or I'm maybe not going to have the answers. So I think that's a really, really good tip, mate. Thank you very much for that. Before we wrap up, Jose, I know you've got some exciting news coming for Events Case next month. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Thank you, Adam. So yes, we're going to launch the new Events Case brand. So Events Case is going to remain Events Case, so no change on the name. But we are basically doing a restyling of the brand, and so we are launching the new website, new collaterals, video, and even new pricing. What is going to be very, very excited, and to for a big part of the market, because right now we were probably to focus on the enterprise market, and we are going to be able now to work with more small and medium organizers that they want to deliver great events, but they have slightly smaller budgets.
Awesome. Thank you very much, mate. Well, I look forward to seeing that. Jose, I want to say personally thank you from myself and the rest of the Event Tech Live team for being a great technology partner to this event and many other events that we deliver. For anybody watching this live or now or on demand, if you want to get in touch with Jose, please reach out to him at jboat@eventscase.com. Jose, thanks once again for joining us today and delivering this presentation, very thought-provoking. And to the attendees, we'll see you shortly in the next session.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you to you.